What's up, guys? It's Kirk and Lee with needtosell.com. We're back at it again with another informational video for you guys. We've been getting a lot of questions coming in for people wanting to come into the industry, trying to figure out where to start, right? Do I go work for a company or do I start my business on my own? It's kind of we're getting so many of those, right? It's like, man, what do I do? We're gonna give our perspective of what we think, right? I'll start first. For me, I think it really comes down to your personality. Not everybody is cut out to run a business. It sounds cool being an entrepreneur, but it's stressful. If you're a person that doesn't really like being in stressful situations or, having to worry about multiple aspects at a time, I highly recommend you go work for somebody, right? You go work for a real estate investment company and work with a team so that way you can focus on one action item, right? Or one process, one flow, let's just say acquisitions, right? You don't have to worry about anything else because once you go off into the entrepreneurial world, it's a whole nother ball game, man. Right. And it just takes a lot, I would say, experience, right? Life experience, because there's things that you're gonna run into that probably never even thought of because you've never ran a business before, right? So networking, marketing, accounting, taxes, employees, all these different things that you have to focus on. So if you don't want to deal with that stuff starting off, I highly recommend joining a team.
I'm right there with you, man. I think a lot of people get caught up in this microwave success and, we're talking to the guys, you hear so many people like, well, we hear all the time, right? My goal is to be a millionaire by 25, right? And that's great, but at the end of the day, there's so much, like you said, wisdom of things that you can learn that can actually fast track you in your entrepreneurial journey if you do go work for somebody else before. I'm kind of later in the game, right? I didn't know quite what I wanted to do until I figured it out later. But if you're in your 20s or you're 18 or whatever, real estate is the thing that you want to be in, then the best thing I think that you should do is to go work for somebody that you admire. Work for somebody who you feel like is going to be a great leader, because that's the biggest thing. It's not just the company that you go work for, but the people you're going to be led by. Who you become as an entrepreneur or an individual is definitely going to be influenced by the person who's leading you, so that when you feel like it's time for you to jump ship and actually go start your business in the same industry, well, now you have a foundation to at least start with, right? Now hey, this is what sales meetings should look like. This is what the structure of this company should look like. These are the things I should have in place, as opposed to just starting cold turkey and now you're just having to figure out everything as you go. And now it's just creating unnecessary chaos, right?
That was a great point, leadership, right? Making sure that you're around the right leaders, around the right culture, because being around either the wrong leader or wrong culture can pull you down, right? It can set you back. So let's just say somebody goes in, they find a great leader, they find a great team, they're learning, and then they decide to go out and jump out on their own. What should they expect? What should they look out for?
What should they expect? A lot of long nights. It's gonna get harder before it gets easy. I think that's the biggest thing, especially when you're becoming an entrepreneur. People think that when you become an entrepreneur, you're gonna be out on the beach sipping pina coladas and, wires are just gonna be hitting your bank account. But I think the biggest thing that people need to understand when going out on your own and being an entrepreneur is knowing that, yes, you can absolutely have that life, but before you can have it, you have to create it. Sometimes it's gonna take, it may be years before you can get to the point where you even feel comfortable to leave your business and know that it's still gonna be running and things are still gonna be moving and things are not gonna fall apart. And I think that's the biggest misconception about being an entrepreneur is like, yes, that is definitely the goal, and that's definitely something that Kirk and I are working towards. Definitely expect that you're gonna feel every single emotion known to man, but still trusting yourself. Because one thing I can say above anything when starting on your own is that betting on yourself is probably the best investment that you can make. And it's one of those things that you have to kind of make that, you do have to be a little crazy to be an entrepreneur because this shit is so hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Just like we've been on. It's gonna be a ride, man. We're 6 years in and we're babies.
Right, when you think about businesses as a whole, right, 6 years is nothing. It's nothing compared to the companies that you've seen, even in the real estate industry, that have been around 25, 20, 30 years. Like you said, right? The sleepless nights. Are you prepared to not sleep, right? Are you prepared to do whatever it takes to make sure that your company succeeds? I think that's a huge thing. It's a great point, man. It's not easy. So,
oh, bro, it's been a ride.
If you're thinking about jumping off the boat, right, whether it's your W-2 job or if you're working with a team right now and going solo dolo and you need some pointers, definitely reach out to us. We're always ready and able to help. We can give you an insight, kind of like what we did and how we structured, starting off, or we can just kind of let you know best practices, things to look out for that you may not be thinking about before you jump out. Shoot a comment below, like, subscribe, hit the little notification button, reach out to us. We'll definitely be ready to help you.